Hey everyone, and welcome to Illuminations with Tiina and Fi Nuggets. I'm Tiina.
Hi, I'm Fi.
Today we're going to have nuggets for our introversion, extroversion, and ambiverts series. And I'll just simply hand over to you, Fi. What's your first nugget?
My first nugget is, as opposed to, I think I'm going to start with highly intuitive people. So I would recommend people do have a read of this. There are lots of suggestions in there. It does refer to the work by Elaine Aron, so you've got that in here as well. And it's 2015, so it's got up-to-date research. And Heidi's done quite a lot of work with people around this. So she's got a whole 17 years of experience, lots of ideas on what you can do, and lots of understanding. Brilliant.
Great. So that was in reference when we were talking about introverts can sometimes be highly sensitive. Well, extroverts can as well. You said that. Anyway, okay. So my first one is MBTI, Myers-Briggs. One of the tools that you can use to identify what your preference is in terms of both extroversion, introversion, and many other paradigms as well. But the reason I recommend Myers-Briggs is that, especially if you work with a consultant on that, it's not one of those personality questionnaires where you fill out a questionnaire and then you get saying, this is who you are. There you go. You got no say in it. The way Myers-Briggs is done is that you actually have a discussion around that. And before you know your results, you actually talk about, what do you think? This is extrovert. This is how extroverts usually are. This is what introverts. What do you think? Where do you think that you are on that kind of spectrum, and why? And then you kind of go, okay, well, according to the questions that you answered, your preference shows to be extrovert or introvert. How do you react to that? And it's a discussion. And then you can actually go, well, you know what? I know that the questionnaire came out as that, but I don't connect with it. So actually, I think this. And I really love the tool for that. There's a discussion around it. So, of course, if you work with a consultant, it costs a bit of money. Many of us get that through work these days. It's a very common one that they bring into work. So if you have that, take the chance to do it and really kind of read into what your preferences mean for you.
Can you do it online, Tiina?
You can, but then again, it wouldn't be a discussion. Again, you would lose that bit of it. Then it would be more like prescribed, this is what you are. And I think the idea around Myers-Briggs was very much that you actually talk about it and kind of come up with your own answer before you kind of get the answer from the questionnaire. But yes, you can do it online. Absolutely.
Okay, I'm going to, my second nugget is a kind of more low-key, I suppose, test for extroversion, introversion that's in Psychology Today. And again, you can do it online. It's quite a long, this isn't like 10 minutes, this is 25 minutes. So it's worth dedicating that time to make some discoveries. And I suppose what you could do if you wanted is do the Myers-Briggs online and do this online and, look at them together and have some key questions for yourself that you might want to look at what comes out as a commonality between the two. But we'll leave a link for that at the end. So Psychology Today, good test on extroversion, introversion. Yeah. They call it a test.
Okay. Good. So my second and last one is Susan Cain's talk, The Power of Introverts, on TED. So we focus in a little bit more on introverts in our second episode in this series. I think her talk is fantastic. It brought about a new revolution almost for introverts, and it said, hey, being an introvert brings in lots and lots of good qualities in relationships and work life and everything else. And it kind of highlights the fact that we live in a very extroverted world, and maybe there needs to be a bit more balance for both introverts and extroverts. So if you haven't seen, or let's put it this way, if you're not one of the 5 million people who've seen that talk, if you happen to be one of them who hasn't, go and have a look at it. It's entertaining, it's fun. She's a good public speaker as well. So
And it's also really good for people who have extrovert preference to watch it, to understand.
Yes.
You know, it just so helps create understanding, as we talked about in the last introversion sort of focus, on how it can help you understand colleagues, partners, children. You know, it just does create, understanding for all.
Yeah, absolutely.
Brilliant.
So what's your last one?
I've done mine. I've done 2.
Oh, you've done 2. Did you start?
Did.
Oh, yes, you did. My gosh, look at that. Time flies and I'm confused. Maybe I went into my inner world or something. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You often do want to speak.
That's not true now, is it?
No, not at all.
No. Good. That's it for this time. And that's also the end of this series. Next month, we'll move on to something else. I'll see you then.
Thank you, Tiina. Bye now.
Bye.